You're raving, you're raving, you're raving with RWR. Fabulous songwriters from Belgium and beyond, the lowlands, the highlands, and far across the pond. On Instagram and Facebook too, you can follow, like, and share. Please hit subscribe and join the tribe from the comfort of your chair. You're raving, you're raving, you're raving with RWR. Well, hello and good evening and welcome one and all. Raving with RWR here on my YouTube channel, Songs from the RWR Room, dedicated to singer-songwriters from Belgium and beyond. Hopefully loud and clear there in YouTube land. Lovely to have you here with us. And good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching from in the world. Lovely to have you here. It is episode 103 of this little show I do, my sporadic show called Raving with RWR, where I get to sit down and chat with some great singer-songwriters from around the world. And lovely to have you all here with us. I see D. Michael is in the house. I see Mandolin. Put on my eyes. My funky red glasses here. We have a look. Hi, Mandolin. Hello, Chris in Germany. Great to have you with us. If you want to say hi or drop into the live chat, folks, very, very welcome to do so. Susan G is here. And of course, the man himself is there in the chat as well. He discovered how to do it, I see. Welcome, everybody. There's Caroline Quant as well that just dropped in from a muggy Washington, D.C. I suppose it's Washington, D.C., unless it's, Devon County Council or something. I don't know what I assume DC, Washington. Welcome, Caroline. Great to have you with us. 103, says Phil. Indeed. What a good number. We're in sync, says Michael. Very cool. It's very cool. Great to have you all with us. Lots of Phil Hogg's fans and friends here in the chat as well, and a few of mine here from the channel as well, which is lovely to see. We will be getting down to business now very shortly, but I want to make a couple of very quick announcements before we get going, folks. There is a little PayPal link flying around there in the old comment section there and in the info section below, should I say, if you want to, and feel free to drop a couple of shackles in the pot there. All donations greatly received, never expected, greatly appreciated. And of course, if you would like to support what I'm doing here on the channel a bit longer term, you can of course become a channel member. The channel here offers a membership for $4.99 a month, and you can become RWR Room royalty and click join on this video or any of the videos on the channel, and you can do that. A big shout out to my two members so far. We have Reba Jack and we have Stephen the Good Mojo, who are recent members. So that is something that is there to do if you wish to do so. It'd be great to have you on board. You got a few funky emojis and things like that, and eventually maybe early access to some of the videos that I record here in the studio, stuff like that. So I wanted to mention that. And also to remind you to please give the video a thumbs up there, folks, tonight. And we're heading towards 3,000 subscribers, believe it or not, on this little channel, and it'd be lovely to reach 3,000 for my 6th anniversary here of the channel on the 1st of September. To mark 6 years of the channel, coming up on the 1st of September, I'm going to run an 8-day singer-songwriter festival here in the studio in the other room out there. I'll be bringing in a songwriter a day. They're going to perform a full set each of their songs here, live streamed directly from the RWR Room. It's at 4 p.m. That's 4 p.m. European time. I'll let you do the mathematics yourself. I know that'll be 3 o'clock. They're afternoon shows, folks, so they give the musicians a chance to get away if they have a gig. So 8 days. Day 1, the Monotroll Kid. Day 2, Yentl Adams. We have the great Juju Vagabond coming up from France. Day 4, a local man called Ypsilon is going to perform. Birdie Belgium is over from Australia. She is on Wednesday the 28th. And then we have Mark Summers, a great British man called Freddie Webber living over there in Ghent, and another British-Belgian duo called the Low Countries, finishing off 8 days, celebrating 6 years of songs from the RWR Room, folks. August 24 to 31, Saturday to Saturday. I hope you can join us live for that. Stick the dates in the agenda anyway. Maybe you'll be able to come and drop in, say hi, listen to some great singer-songwriters. We had a great time last time doing this, and I see another chatter that dropped in there. I'm going to say hello to Samantha. Looking forward to the show. She says, me too. So, without further ado, folks, I'm going to invite the man himself to join us for a chat and some songs. Please welcome to the stage the one and only Mr. Phil Hogg. Are you there, sir? Yes, he is.
Hello.
Hello. I was just checking.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. Hello and welcome.
Thank you. What a wonderful introduction. You're very good at this.
I don't know if I am. I'm doing my best, as I say. But it's great to have you, Phil. I've been enjoying your live streams for quite a while now, and talk about them in a moment. And I know a lot of your friends and fans there from all over the world are
that's so nice to see, isn't it?
It's lovely, as you always say on your live streams, and I say on mine. The community spirit is fantastic. To be able to bring these great people together through music from all over the world, isn't it an amazing thing?
So far apart, yeah.
From all over the world. How many live streams have you done to date?
So the main monthly live streams, we've done 48. So 48. This month will be 49.
Wow. And yeah, you were saying that all started off during the terrible period there we had, and the big Corona thing.
That's right.
That what spurred it, was it?
That's right. So there were a couple of things inspired me to do it, but I just did it. I just knew sometimes, it takes you a long time to get around to doing something, but I just knew that it was the right thing to do, that it was okay. So nothing live's happening in person, but there's this thing you can just switch to this. We did it with the choir that I'm part of in Devon as well. We just moved. 1 week we were meeting in person, and then we just moved to online, and we kept it going the whole time. And the same thing with my own live streams. Lisa's just come in the chat as well. Hello, everybody. It's so nice to see you.
Lisa Jeanette is there saying hello to everybody. It's great to see you.
I must do that thing of not reading the chat too.
Yeah, that's all right. No, yeah, it's hard not to, and you so many great followers and friends here dropping in. So of course I know that famous room there behind you from your streams. Is you perform from your father's house? Is that correct?
That's mostly these days.
Mostly, yeah,
I seem to be here, but that wasn't always the case.
Right.
I would say up until about, in terms of the live streams, up until about number 30 or 35, it was always from Devon. It was always from my other house. Houses dotted around.
So you're Devon. You see, I always said Newcastle upon Tyne, of course, but you're actually Devon based. Are you Devon born and bred?
No, Newcastle born and bred. Newcastle. Yeah. So really, this you're totally not wrong to say this is my home.
Yes,
it definitely is.
Family home. Sure, where the great piano is.
Yeah, this empty piano.
Beautiful, it is.
Yeah, that's a lot of me. All this time it was here.
It's fabulous. That's a lot of streaming, and I know you've got one coming up as well. Your next one, Songs in the Key of, is going to be called.
Yeah,
that is. We'll tell everybody about now. It's on the. Put on my glasses again here. Have a look. Remind me of the date. I have it here somewhere.
It's Sunday the 25th.
Yeah, but it's going to be. It's a little different in the sense that it's going to be from Leipzig in Germany at 8 o'clock European time, so that's 7 UK time.
That's right. All being well. That's a dramatic revelation. The next one will be coming from Leipzig.
Coming from Leipzig in Germany, indeed. And so, can I ask what's bringing? Is it a gigs bringing you up there? Phil, or just
in part, there's a gig at the end of the month on the 31st. There's a gig in Lörrach in the very bottom corner of Germany.
Right.
So I just decided that rather than just go straight there, it's the summer holidays, just to work my way down a little bit. So starting kind of in the middle of Germany, and then doing something that I've always wanted to do, which is follow in the footsteps of J.S. Bach. So we're nothing if not eclectic here.
Wow.
I'm classically trained musician, keyboard, piano player.
Yeah.
So you can't avoid Bach, and he was someone I was a bit, I don't know. I didn't, when I was little, I didn't really get it. It was like almost like these. It felt like there were exercises or something like that. But at some stage, the penny dropped, and it's like, wow, this is amazing music, timeless music.
Yeah, what was that? Is that what sparked the whole music journey for you? Were you into other stuff? I know you're into folk music now and stuff like that, as
Mm.
well as songwriting. But what was sort of the catalyst for you? What drove you or pushed you into a life of music, or even gravitating towards the piano? Or was it the
Yeah.
piano to be? What's it in the piano to begin with?
So I think, I mean, there's music in the family. My mum and dad both played
Yeah.
piano,
Uh,
and on my dad's side, so my grandfather, who I never met, was a professional musician here in Newcastle, church organist and choir master and piano teacher. So quite similar in a way. So I think that was there in the background, but it wasn't. That wasn't. I suppose when you're 6 years old, that you're not really conscious of that. The piano was bought for me when I was 6 years old, and
Six.
the lessons were kind of came with it. And at the same time, I was pushed into joining the local parish church choir. So those
Yeah.
two key things happened at the age of 6.
Wow. Yeah, I think I was pushed into the choir as well at that age. I managed to escape piano, but I had guitar, of course, but that was my thing. But
Yeah.
it's a lovely story. Hello, Michael Songs. He just had a lovely live stream there as
Yay.
well. How you doing, sir? Welcome.
Yeah. Hi,
Just
Michael.
just talking to Michael there about maybe doing a chat with him as well soon. On
Totally. Yeah, Michael, such
a
an
raving with Michael.
inspiration.
He's great. He's great. It's great to have you with us, Michael. I know you're probably busy there, but
Yeah.
you had a great stream today. I caught the end of it. Couldn't
I
drop
caught the
into the
beginning.
chat. You caught the beginning. I got the end. It's lovely to have you here with us, Michael, and everybody who's in the live chat.
Yeah.
Lovely to have you here.
With our friends in North America, it's always a bit of a juggling act for the timing, isn't it? For us in Europe,
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
is. I don't know what time is it there, Michael. It's probably what it must be. It's early afternoon, I suppose, in stateside, right? Depending on where they are. But it's great to have you here. So the power
they're
of
making us all
technology.
into night owls, because if it's
Yeah,
like a 7:30 stream, that's like 12:30 or 1:30
something like
a.m.
that. Yes, Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. Great timing, says Lisa. That's okay. That's good then.
That's
Not too
good.
bad. That's
This
not
is a
a
good
not a, not
slot.
a bad time for a Sunday afternoon. 2:15 Eastern. All right, there
Mm,
we go. I don't understand the Eastern time, the Western time, the Wild Western time, and they have all the
yeah.
kinds of time zones. It's great. But so classical was the thing, and musical parents then,
Mm.
um,
Not
and
just classical though.
not just
There,
classical
there
though,
was
right?
there was folk music around
There
from the
was,
beginning.
yeah. And I know you have. I watched a great live stream of yours there. It was probably around St. Patrick's Day. Was it in March when you did the Christy Moore?
Oh, I think
Uh,
so. Yeah.
yeah, and I loved it. I picked up my own copy. Look, snap, 1989. I won't show you the inscription, but yeah, there,
Brilliant.
1989.
Brilliant.
I got gifted this beautiful book, the Bible, as I called it. I was
Isn't it? Yeah.
Isn't it mad? Yeah, I loved it because, well, yeah, of course, as you said before, as you said in the stream as well, how great the songs are in this. The collection of songs are fantastic.
Yeah.
And you mentioned in the stream about the way he mentioned where he got the song and who wrote it and where
Isn't
it
that
came from.
excellent?
It was a beautiful collection of stuff.
Yeah, that's a simple thing. He'll always say, just opened up here. This one only it doesn't have such a story, but he says written by actually Barry Moore.
That's his brother, Luca.
Brother, isn't it?
Yeah,
Luca?
that's right.
Yeah, that's
Which
right.
one was that? The City of Chicago or Wave
That's
Up the
Wave
Shore?
Up to the Shore.
Wave Up to the
Wave Up
Shore.
to the
You
Shore.
see, and talk about and now Luca has an album out called 50 years, 50 songs called Wave Up to the Shore. I believe is the title of Luca's new three disc album. 50 years and 50 songs. Isn't it amazing?
Wow.
Time flies, sir.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Well, they're a very influential family, a very, very kind of gifted, and a gift to us, really, as well.
Yeah. Did you get into the folk scene then? I know you have a folk club history, but did you do a circuit? I know you're still doing a circuit in England, are you, of the folk clubs?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that really going to folk clubs started when I went to university in Hull, in the east coast of England. So that was a new thing, but it was kind of bubbling, really, because people in the family played folk music. There's also my sister's record collection. So Pauline's 10 years older than me, and so she had a great record collection that I could dip into as well. So that was another influence.
So you've one sister, have you, or it's just two of you
Yeah,
in the family? Yeah.
just the one
Well, she
sister.
must have been a great influence then if she was older and she had this musical thing going on to begin with. You must have been
All the
so
singer-songwriters, all the
so
greats,
good.
which I totally hold fast. You know, Joni, Carole King, James Taylor, all of those. I I was listening to them when I was 6. So fabulous.
It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah, it's great.
Mm.
I sort of had it from my parents as well, and I would be the eldest of 4, but I know my sister and 2 brothers all got, inspired a little bit through what I was listening to, whether it was Christy Moore or I was very much sort of into the folk scene from an early age. Myself, I only kind of got into the Jonies and the big songwriters a little later on, but my teenage years, were definitely filled with Christy Moore and filled with Planksty and all the Irish stuff as well. We'll mention some of the gigs you have coming up in a minute, but will you give us the first song tonight?
Okay, yeah, thanks. Well, thanks for the opportunity, to chat and
marvelous. I love chatting to you and to hear. Normally I try and do these with video playback, and I'm hoping it's going to be fine.
Okay,
with the fingers crossed that it'll come out. But I'll put you on full
live
screen.
dangerously.
You can
walk the high wire.
Walk the high wire. You're going to start off with "To the Rim," I believe. Is that?
I think so. Yeah. So this is a song written about a trip to Scotland. It's going back a long time. So this experience happened a long time ago, but I wrote the song many years later. I'd say 15 years plus later. So it was like just a memory that I kind of had logged.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite sure why the time came right to write the song, but it did. Perhaps I was reminded of it by something. And then it came out very quickly, which I think seems to be what happens with me. I like have an idea for a song. It might take me a long time to get to the actual sitting down and writing it. But then I think if the idea is a good one, it comes quite quickly.
Yeah, and just before you started, just a quick dip into your writing process. Is that kind of how you do it? Do you take a lot of a note taker and then putting it together after, or do you like to sit down at a piano or with a guitar and try to create something on the spot? Or
good question. It's a little bit of a mixture.
Is it?
But more often, what you said first, the note taker, reams of notes and ideas, and then finally today I'm going to write this song. Or often it comes from just a phrase that's the key in. It's like, okay, I've got this idea,
right,
and maybe a word or a phrase, and that I'm often it's when I'm walking or I'm driving or something like that, doing something rather than okay, now I'm sitting down to come up with the melody. The melody just comes. Often I'll catch it on my phone, and then when I get home, if I still like it, the song kind of blooms out from there.
Yes. Yeah, I was just curious about that. We can talk a bit more about that. But let's have a song from you, sir.
Okay, so on the very piano that I began those lessons on when I was 6 years old. Right, this is To the Rim. Misty mountains on the horizon. The sea is so smooth as we go out on a limb into the light, leaving the world as we know it, feeling like we're heading to the rim. Perfect timing, the evening light, praise and glory resounding like an evening hymn. You can see the curve of the earth, see the edges of heaven as you make your way across to the rim. Suspended, upended, moving yet motionless. Time seems irrelevant, savoring every element. Suddenly you cross the line between knowing and unknowing. The sea becomes the land the sea. And all the dreaming focuses on a glistening little harbor, opening its arms to let you in. Heading out to the rim on a silver sea. Heading out to the rim on a silver sea.
Bravo, maestro! Beautiful song. Beautiful song. Do you remember? Do you remember the first one you wrote, and when that was? Or do you even still play any of the very first songs that you wrote?
Goodness. Do I? That's a good question. I had a little bit of a flurry of songwriting in London when I lived in Kennington Lane. I lived there quite a long time in South London. And I met some musicians who were keen to improvise. And out of the improvisation, actually, so it's a slightly different approach.
Right.
Out of the instrumental improvisation came melodies, and then we started adding words to them. So we had quite a lot of material, and actually, I just found some of the notes. I was looking through some old papers, and I found some of the old lyrics and notes and things. So I might kind of bring those back, see if I can, they'd be
life, you mean?
Now. Yeah. While at the same time, I think I want, time is precious. I just feel really time goes so fast these days, and the time to sit down and write songs, while it's the most precious thing and what I really want to do, probably above all else, actually it kind of gets squeezed out. So in a way, I feel like there's a lot that I want to say from now. So going back and looking back on songs that I wrote 20 years ago, I would like to do it. It'd be interesting, but not top priority.
Yeah, sure. I can understand that, and of course, sometimes, going back to the early writing as well. We tend to progress, don't we, as singer-songwriters, and stuff we've written 20 years ago, maybe not up to par with what you're doing now. I know I certainly go through phases of that.
Just different. I think different.
It can be. I just reading the comments there. Lisa admiring me. Martin, hi Johnny Toole, great to have you. No, you didn't miss it at all, Johnny. You're right in the middle of it. It's great to have you here. It sure is. Samantha, I think Lisa was just saying she spotted the Martin shirt there. She lives near the factory, the Martin Guitar Factory, and she was just commenting on the shirt. She noticed my Martin shirt earlier on.
Are they made in Philadelphia?
They are, I believe, yes. Pennsylvania, yeah, I think so.
Very good. I have been to the Gibson factory in Kalamazoo.
Have you? Was that a long time ago, or was that recent?
Just a few years ago, with Manda, actually, who's here in the chat. Yeah, we had a little trip out to Kalamazoo, Michigan. It was really fun. It was really fun to be there. It was a terrible day. It was biting wind and
but you can't go wrong. The Americans know how to build guitars. That's for certain.
Yeah,
that's for sure. I think Michael Songs lives close by as well. He was saying there in the chat. But speaking of guitars as well, I have an old 12-string Echo there behind me.
Oh, look at that! Yeah.
And I noticed, I know you're probably not going to play a guitar song tonight, but I wanted to find out about this Echo guitar you had, a little bit of history about it.
I'm so happy that not only do we both have the Christy Moore songbook, we both have an echo
We both have
guitar
echoes,
behind
we
us.
do. You swear we met before.
Very good.
Nazareth,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. That's right. Is
Yeah.
the manufacturer? Thank you, Michael. Yeah, I couldn't think of
Oh,
the
yeah.
Nazareth,
Wow,
Pennsylvania.
that's
Little
another.
Martin, little
Maybe all
Martin.
the best guitar makers live in come from a place with a fabulous name. So Nazareth, Pennsylvania, and Kalamazoo, Michigan for Gibson.
Yeah. But where did you get that guitar? Do you remember where you found that?
Yes, I totally
guitar?
do. This has been with me a long time. So it belonged to my friends Kimberly and Alan. It was Alan's guitar, who are old friends at uni. They were folky. Kimberly played viola, and Alan played this guitar until I stole it from him.
Oh, wow.
I think he wanted to upgrade or something like that, but I'd always enjoyed picking this guitar up and just kind of noodling on
Yes.
it, and I said, "Oh, you might sell that guitar," and it's just what I was looking for. It's really beautiful. Look at the back.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And the older the echoes, the nicer they were. I think it's an original echo as well. It's not.
Yes, it's made in Italy.
Not a reissue. It's a proper 70s, probably 80s.
Yeah,
yeah,
so.
I would say so. But they're great. I mind that this thing is the original as well. But it has a huge big block at the end of the neck. It's a massive weight.
Yes.
I don't know if the 6 strings are like that or not, but I know the 12 string is.
They are, aren't they? I think this doesn't have that. This is quite a delicate sound. It's very quiet. So it's not always the best guitar to take to a jam or something like that, because you just can't be heard. But I like it for that.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous guitar indeed, and thanks for sharing the story of it with us. It's lovely. It's lovely. Yeah, a beautiful echo. Oh yeah, I have it there by the mic. Yeah, gorgeous.
It's just saying hello in C major.
Just saying hello in C major. Do you attend or have you attended? I know you have a bit of an affinity with Ireland too. You've been over and back, but your folk music history is quite strong. Do you still do jam sessions or you play some folk music?
Oh yes,
or a lot of, you do.
Yes, because I'm very lucky that two of my main centres at the moment, Newcastle and Totnes in Devon, both have a really strong session tradition, folk tradition, and still a very live, active pub music scene. It's been really wonderful to, in a way, reconnect with that, because all my years in London, actually, funnily enough, even though it was like a music tidal wave that flowed over me, and I managed to not drown, but just find an accommodation with it, and of course I loved it, and got very into like world music, if you like, and music from experimental music and things like that. So when I moved to Devon 5 years ago, it was actually like a coming of full circle to go back to folk music, to go back to British folk music, probably, and to go back to sitting in pub sessions. And it's like it was waiting all that time. It hadn't gone away. It was just waiting for me to step back. So I totally love going to sessions. So one day we're gonna meet and go to was it Ennis? We're gonna go.
I was saying we should go to Ennis. We should. That's definitely the mecca in Ireland, anyway. And did you happen? Speaking of sessions, I'm getting sidetracked here again. We also were chatting. I think Sarah McQuaid dropped into one of the streams one night, didn't she? And you said you were going to see her somewhere.
I did. That's right.
You got to see her, did you? Yeah.
I did get to see her. Yes, she was excellent. Yeah, really unique.
Top musician. Yeah, she
really
is.
Artist.
What was do you remember where the concert was?
Yeah, the concert was in Wales. And so I just, as I was driving from Newcastle to Devon, it's not really on the way to drive through Wales, but it's not like going to Scotland. It's not totally the opposite direction.
Right.
So I just did a little loop and stayed overnight in the village where Sarah was playing, and she was playing in like the community hall. It was amazing. It was like a dream. It was like, wow, incredible to be here. And that she was there and did a lovely gig, and the local audience were very appreciative. It was some kind of kind of rural touring scheme to take live music artists into village
was
halls and things like that. It was great. So I was the only one who'd kind of floated in on route to somewhere else. It was very much for the local community.
Okay, where it was. I'm very glad you got to hear her. She's very unique, as you said. Phil, you have an amazing life, says Lisa. All this jet setting he does, Lisa, I know, unbelievable.
It sounds more amazing.
I'm
than
jealous
it is.
of him as well. Exactly. I speaking of sessions and stuff, and I see a picture behind you that says "Last Night's Fun."
Yes.
Yeah, and you on that Christy Moore. Hey, flash the book again, Ray. You did the.
I'm passing it through to you now.
Thank you very much. Lovely. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, very
Thanks
good.
for that. Okay, good.
Thanks. You'll like it.
What page are we on? I like that. No, I was going to ask you. Yeah, during that stream, brilliant stream you did. I think, was it on St. Patrick's night or near St. Patrick's?
I think it probably was
around that time. You were doing
a
dedicated Irish, and you also read a couple of passages from the book Last Night's Fun as well, which I loved, and I asked you to do it. Maybe you have a bit there tonight to tell us about the book and the writer. I know.
So this is a great Irish writer I was introduced to by Louis, my friend Louis, who's a great folk musician in Devon, and he knew I would like it, and he was right. So this book is called Last Night's Fun, and it's by Kieran Carson. And you can see it's a book about music, food, and time. It's ambitious, to write about those subjects well, and to kind of catch the magic of it is a hard job. This is the best book I've ever read describing sessions or potentially even describing any kind of music. People say it's really hard to write about music.
That's right.
Because it's what it is. You don't need to write about it. Just listen to the music.
Listen to it, yeah.
But this really is some of the best writing about music and playing music and being a musician and listening to music that I've ever read. It's funny. He's also a musician, of course, as well as a writer and poet. And it's just true, I think, and really lovely.
Yeah, I remember dipping into it years ago. The imagery is really, really great in it. Last Night's Fun. I'm just the penny is dropping here. Is Lisa the lady that interviewed you on her channel?
Yes, totally. Lisa Jeanette.
Hey Lisa. I find myself taking notes during this live stream. That's why it sparked something in me. Because I saw you on Lisa. Lisa, lovely to have you with us here.
Yeah, Lisa's fantastic songwriter.
She sure is.
Brilliant.
I might have to play one of her videos or get a chat going with her down the road here.
Yeah,
on this little thing. I really enjoyed your chat together, Lisa, and I should have rewatched that to get notes myself for tonight's show. But I remember now the penny has dropped. That's Lisa Jeanette.
Yeah. And Chris is saying that he owned that Christy Moore songbook in the 80s.
There he is.
Somewhere. That one. He owned that one.
You didn't leave it in Belgium anyway, Chris. That's mine from 1989. And but you can borrow it for when you're back in Ghent again or up in this area. That's good. It's amazing. It's amazing how much Chris is in Germany too, but Christy, of course, such power around the world.
Yeah. You also have a lovely community, following your.
Well, I'm very lucky. I sure am. I do. My main one, apart from the summer break, is the Monday Night Songwriter show. And the great Michael is putting in people's links there into the chat as well.
Brilliant, Michael.
Thank you. If anybody wants to click on any of these links that Michael is putting in there, please feel free to go and have a look. In the live chat, you'll find the live. You can click on those channels and go and subscribe to them, folks. And of course, before we continue, make sure and go and subscribe to Phil's channel as well, which I'll put there is a link down below, of course, in the information section as well, a clickable link. Phil's next live stream is August 25th, 8 p.m. from Deutschland, and I'm very much looking forward to that one. That's 8 p.m. European time, 7 p.m. for everybody in England and Ireland. You'll find him at Phil Hogg Music, just in case I forget to speak it out. YouTube.com Phil Hogg Music. But anyway, let's go back to Last Night's Fun and tell us all about it.
The
imagery of music.
Yeah, so we mentioned I might just read it a little bit,
Yeah,
because this book
I'd
was
love that.
so inspiring, and prompted a visit to Belfast as well, where I'd never been, which is where I collected this poster from. I visited
I was wondering where that came
Queen's College in Belfast, where Kieran was a lecturer, I think, in
He was, I
the
think, yeah.
poetry department. So they just had like because unfortunately he passed away. Oh, I can't remember when, but it's a little while ago. And but they were having a like a commemoration event when I was there. So
Wow.
anyway,
Lovely to have that
amazing
poster.
where a song or a book can lead you,
Isn't it just?
but we mentioned, maybe I'll just read a
I'd love
tiny
I'd love a
section.
snippet of it, yeah.
I think I'll read this bit, because parts of it are very funny, like really laugh out loud funny.
Yeah.
But this bit is, I think, just really beautiful. So it is the morning after the night before, or rather early afternoon. Its sunshine filters through an etched glass window and lights on fiddle cases, pints, and flute boxes. The slowly setting pints are still untouched. Some time will pass before there is a move towards music. Then a fiddle player, maybe, looks with feigned uncertainty at the case beside him. He takes it on his knee and snaps the catches open like you might undo a baby's baby grow. He opens up the lid and looks astonished that the fiddle is still there, as if it were a waif who might have gone astray but didn't. The bow is there, the rosin. He puts the rosin to the bow and sweeps the bow across it absent-mindedly before the other fiddler asks him for a loan of it. Then hands are outstretched towards pints. They grasp them in a chironomic sequence, and everyone imbibes in his or her own good time with inhaled breath, then an exhalation. Sleeves lift lazily in an offbeat chorus and wipe away the foamy moustaches. It is nearly time to think of tunes, but not quite yet. Some of them are still in last night's time, when the owner of the bar forgot to call time.
Awesome.
Isn't that good? Doesn't that take you to
well
Ireland?
Absolutely. Yeah, it transports me right back to the old days of the session, indeed. And it's a very unique thing. Anybody who hasn't experienced an Irish session, I think anybody who sees it for the first time is always mesmerized and blown away by it. And yeah, not surprising. There's something very special about it. Whether you're into traditional music or not, I mean, even as an Irish person, I wouldn't be a huge fan of it. I played a lot of it in my time over the years. You're getting a wow there from Lisa, and a round of applause.
Yeah.
It's very, very well written, that book. But there is something very special about it. Even as as a singer, if you're not a traditional player, you can go in and sing a song, which I love about it.
Yeah.
Very welcoming space.
Yes.
It really is. And a quick plug for Michael for and I thank you for dropping in all those links. Michael's songs is next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern as well. Folks, go on, please check out Michael's songs.
We've found another welcoming space, haven't we? We have between us, we've kind of invented it in a way. It's a new hybrid, perhaps you might say, or a new art form. I'd even go to say, live streaming, and the way it's open to forming a community is a really special thing.
It's a really special thing. Yeah, as you said, a lot of it was kind of a lot of it stemmed from the Corona stuff and people trying to learn how to do this and stuff. And I was doing a little bit of it before that, doing my own gigs back when I was doing the gigs, doing little live streams and stuff. But I love the fact that people like Michael Songs and yourself, and we're able to come in and support each other's streams, and there's a great kind of cross-pollination going on. I got a lot of great followers thanks to you and thanks to Michael Songs and people like that, the Dom Father as well in New York, and a lot of people who drop in and it's great. You're all very welcome, by the way, and I keep saying
totally. So many nice names.
Lovely to see you. Yeah, really.
But isn't it amazing? Like nobody told us, and we didn't like. I mean, I was definitely inspired by a few of the people, but I didn't like copy anyone else. But we all sort of found this independently, but kind of the same. We're all individuals and do it a bit differently, but the kind of heart of it is the same, and it's kind of, but it's just popped up unconnected to each other. It's really amazing.
And I love that. I love that. Will you sing another song for us?
Yep.
Good lad.
C major, I think.
C major. You have a 2-in-1, kind of a 2-in-1 for us here.
Yeah, I think so. They're both quite
Beautiful.
short. One is about songs, so what we've been talking about exactly. And I think I'll just take that one into a song that's kind of about me. So I think I don't tend to write songs about me particularly. You know, that they might be like me, but actually in the guise of someone else. Or they're about a place or a time or somebody else. They're like a portrait of somebody else. But the second of these two is called Rainbringer, and the Rainbringer is definitely me. But I think it's just started to rain as
I was just looking out here as well. I think.
Yeah. Watch out wherever you are.
So
even in the desert, D. Michael, the rain's on its way.
Here's the Rainbringer, and the first song was called.
The song is The Thing.
The song is The Thing. It sure is. I'll leave it to you, maestro.
The song is the thing. Let people sing for joy, for sorrow, for connection, something to pass on, something to learn, something to share. Let it ring, let us sing. A fado singer deep in thought and time, in a cave of stone, walls that have heard it all, singing of life, its ups and downs. You can hear the heartbeat in us, echo in the sound. The song is the thing. Let people sing for joy, for sorrow, for connection, something to pass on, something to learn, something to share. Let it ring, let us sing. I am a rain bringer, but I'm not a gloom bringer. I'm trying to get in tune with you. I want to keep your spirits high. If there's something I can do for you, with a piano and a room for you, wanna go up to the moon with you. We can do it if we try. Some people might say this is you, this is your time of year. You got to get used to that heavy cloud. But But I don't like to think that it always has to be sunny. We can make our own light here on the ground. I am a rain bringer. I want to be a joy bringer. I want to be a choir singer. I want to be a join inner. Want to be a caretaker. Want to be a song maker. Not only a rainmaker. And anyway, we need the rain. I am a rain bringer, but I'm not a gloom bringer. I'm trying to get in tune with you. Wanna keep your spirits high.
Two beautiful songs.
Thank you.
From the brilliant Phil Hogg there, folks. Speaking about him like he's not even there.
No.
Yeah. That was my Monday night. That was my Monday night thing kicking in.
Thanks for all the beautiful comments. They were really powerful as I was singing. So happy to read them. Thank you very much.
Lisa's comment there about the healing power of music. Beautiful stuff. Really, really gorgeous. Two great songs. Tears in My Eyes, she says. I was reading about the girls were watching you in the mirror there.
Yeah.
Love the mirror so we can see your place, says Joni. And reiterated there by Lisa. And it's a great touch, and I noticed that in your own live streams when you do that, you set it up beautifully so people can watch. What you're doing.
Talk about low tech, but I thought about maybe getting like a second camera or something. But I think this probably goes back to those choir days as well, because the organist would be watching the choir through a mirror. And so I was
keeping manners on you, like.
Yeah, I was very used to doing that.
Oh wow, it's a great touch, a great idea. Hello, Lady Campion.
Yeah, Lady C.
Lovely to see you. Have you met all of these people in real life?
No, unfortunately not. But one day we're all going to meet in person.
We feel like one big family now at this stage.
Yeah, step by step, we're all getting closer.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Same with you.
Lovely comments. Well, I'm very lucky as well. Yeah, I love doing it. As I said, the community is fantastic, lovely that we can sort of swap communities from time to time as well, which I love.
I am a traveler though, so
you are, and I was going to ask you,
actually meeting in the same room in person are very high, I would say.
They are high. Tell me about speaking of traveling, tell us about your Japanese connections.
Oh, well, how did
it come about?
It's hard to say, but Japan was just, I don't know, I just feel very connected with Japan.
Is it a long-standing relationship, Phil? Is it
yes.
months or years?
Yeah, years actually. Yeah. I really love being in Japan, and it just kind of crept up on me. And one day I woke up and thought, oh, the reason I like that artist or that painting or that novel or that food or something is the common thing is it's all Japanese. So it just feels, I don't know, it's a funny thing. It feels like a second home, and but it couldn't be, in some ways it couldn't be more different to life here in the UK, and that's part of the appeal as well. It's just really different.
And you have gigs there on a regular basis?
Yeah, well, I do. I really like playing for people there. People are so kind and curious in to know about you, I think
Love it.
British music is very popular in Japan. You know, there's a big following for everything from the Beatles onwards. Still very strong.
Yeah, I believe it's a beautiful country. I'd love to visit one day.
Yeah,
You've been there many times, I suppose, at this stage, but
yeah, more than 10 times.
I hear great things about it. Yeah, I really do. Your main job though is teaching music. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is. So you know, I suppose one of the inspirations behind the lyric to Rainbringer is because I'm a teacher. So that is what I'm trying to do with teaching. Really, I'm trying to you know, encourage really and bring people out, bring the young people out.
Grow the little flowers with the rain. Yes.
Yeah,
Indeed.
yeah. Especially it's. I mean, I taught in a mainstream school to begin with, but since then I've always taught in special needs schools,
Right.
and settings. So it's wonderful, actually. It's just really inspiring and genuine, and it's a nice thing to be doing.
It's lovely. Yeah. Are you doing it like 5 days a week, or is it just kind of a
No, I used to. I got a bit burnt out, actually. You know, I think it just happens sometimes. I was living in London, quite a fast-paced life. I was teaching, gigging. I just suddenly got really exhausted, and that's when I moved to Devon. I moved to, you know, I never thought I would move to a small town, but Totnes is only about 10,000 people. You know, compared to London's 10 million.
Yeah, when you think about it. Wow. Have you heard Phil's song "Sushi for Breakfast"?
Yeah, I don't know if I can remember that one.
No,
right
it sounds maybe for the next stream. Well, speaking of gigs as well, I want to get to your gigs before I forget. We have a nice list of stuff. I'll let you. Do you know them? Do you have a list of them there yourself?
Yep, I do.
Good man. Will you let us know where to find you?
Okay.
The first we have a little graphic, I think, for the first one, don't we?
Oh yeah, you got that to come up. That's so sweet.
Beautiful. Yeah, I love this. Tell us about it. Where did you get this little poster?
So
did you make that?
Yeah, Martha did. So this
Martha
is a little gig this Thursday, the 8th of August in Devon.
It's great.
And that's the church where we're going to be playing. And if you look very closely on the left, that is Martha holding up the clarinet, and I think myself holding up my echo guitar there. We look like we're balancing them on our fingers or something. So this is a little gig that we're doing at this ancient church, West Ugwell Church, at 6:30 in the evening, Thursday, the 8th of August. And it will be improvisations, traditional klezmer and Celtic tunes, and original songs from both me and Martha.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So if you happen to be anywhere in the
area, guys, drop in.
You never know.
I like the portrait of the musicians. That's awesome, says Mandy. Yeah, I don't know why. And Lisa says she wish she could go. Me too.
Yeah, I wish she could.
It sounds like
it
sounds like a lovely evening. Yeah, it really does. It really does, and I'm enamored with that that poster that you said.
Yeah,
it was such a great.
That's the record cover, isn't it?
It is. I think it should be.
Because the other thing that I really like doing is collaborating with other musicians. I just really love it. So Martha's a very, very nice musician.
I'm going to ask you about that in a moment as well. That's on my question list here. So that's Thursday. The first one is Thursday the 8th. That's next week on the 8th. At the Ugwell Church, 6:30 if anyone's around, and then we have the 10th and 12th. Tell us about those two concerts.
So so Saturday the 10th, that is an event on Dartmoor.
Oh, wow. So famous Dartmoor.
Quite a wild and mysterious expanse it is in Devon. And I'm going up there with Louis Bingham, another lovely musician who I work with sometime, and he's a fabulous musician. He's really, I could just listen to him all day. He's really the real thing when it comes to playing guitar. Cittern, he plays cittern.
I love cittern.
Really fabulous.
Wow.
Banjo, any fretted string instrument. He's
one of those people.
Yeah, one of those people.
One of those people. Yeah, fantastic.
So we're doing a day's event. So it'll be songs, walking, and stories up
Lovely.
on Dartmoor on Saturday.
Is
From
that
11
the
o'clock.
daytime thing from in the morning?
It was the daytime. It's
Yeah.
11 in the morning till 4.
Saturday 10.
Another Devon thing, I'm
Singing in
afraid.
nature.
Singing in nature,
Yeah.
it's called. Yeah.
I watch a lot of YouTubers who are, these people who have these camping channels and outdoorsy bushcrafty
Oh yeah, yeah.
stuff, and they all end up in Dartmoor and walking around the moors. So many of them that I follow
Right.
on YouTube. I love their channels, and they're always up on Dartmoor, bushcrafting and camping and stuff. It looks like
That's
an
right.
amazing place.
Because, it's the only place in England where you're allowed to wild camp overnight.
I do, but and then there was big protests about it recently. They were trying to change the law, weren't they?
There was a change, but I think they changed it back.
I think they did. There was too many people protesting it.
Yeah, I was one of them. I went up there, even though I never go camping.
I was thinking the same thing. If I was over, I'd be out there protesting too, because I mean, I know certain landowners owned the area, but I mean, you can't take that away from the English people or from any of the people in the area. It's such a shame to lose such a wonderful place on your doorstep, So if we ever come over, Phil, you and I have to go hiking in the hills.
Got there. Yeah,
we have to go to Dartmoor for a day out. We'll bring the walking boots. I'd love to.
Yeah,
but we're getting off the point there. But that's how I know Dartmoor.
And everyone come, everyone come.
Have a YouTube walk. We'll all come over and we'll head up to Dartmoor. We'll do that, and you can sing for us, and we can
too.
like the Pied Piper of Dartmoor. Yeah. We'll all follow you up the hill.
Yeah.
How's that? So that's anyway. Saturday 10 of August. You're going to be at Dartmoor, Singing in Nature. It's called.
It's Singing in Nature
with Lewis Bingham. Is that right?
Yeah, Louis. Yeah, Louis Bingham. Yeah.
In Dartmoor, and then we're on to Monday 12.
And then Monday 12th is back here to Newcastle. So back up the M1 and back here in Newcastle for a little gig at the Bridge Folk Club, which is a long-running folk club here in Newcastle upon Tyne, in the Bridge Hotel. And so it'll be some floor spots, and then it'll be me with two other friends who are wonderful musicians, Matty Muller and Jonathan Spottiswoode. So we'll do a couple of sets together.
Do a couple of sets at the folk club. Yeah, there's some. England is so great. There's so many. Well, I suppose some of them are gone now, of course, but it's always been the mecca for the folk club scene. There was a few in Dublin at the time, but something about England, Wales, Scotland. They have such an amazing folk club scene.
Yeah,
don't they?
It is a treasure. It's almost an under the radar treasure.
Yeah, almost. It sure is, but it's so good to see them still flourishing.
Yeah,
and the ones that are, so many great ones, and I'm glad you're able to do a few of them. But speaking of, we spoke about collaborations before, just a few minutes ago. I played this song before on my Monday night show, which will be back mid-September at some stage. The songwriter show where I play back videos and songs from people, but you did I played this wonderful one of you with a lady called Shruti. You're out in a park, Temple Child. Tell us a little bit about the song and about Shruti yourself, and a little bit about where this happened.
Yeah, so the song Temple Child is quite an old song, inspired by being in Hong Kong, and just kind of stepping out from the modern high-rise bustle into a little temple, and the scene changing so dramatically to like these coils of incense above, so actually clouds of incense, and through that, like little pieces of gold, but just catching the light, sparkling. I was struck by the like fruit, oranges, and food goods set out, as kind of offerings, and then a child, a little boy, kind of was sort of in the midst of that scene, and I suppose a bit like being a chorister. For us, it seems a very quite sort of quite remote scene, quite mysterious. But then, actually, if you're involved in it, if you're in the choir or you're something behind the scenes, it's just where you it's just what you do. It's what.
Sure.
So this boy was obviously connected with, maybe his father was a monk or whatever, but very at home in the temple, and it was just a really nice contrast. And so the song was about him, temple child. And then Shruti is someone I've met quite recently. She's an Indian classical musician. She plays an instrument called the ektara and sings beautifully.
She does indeed.
Yeah, and she lives in Leicester. And again, I was up and down the M1 and
jet setting as you do.
We said, well, let's meet up, and it was a beautiful day, and just totally impromptu, we went to the park and said, let's play a song, let's just record it anyway. So totally full power to her, because we'd never practiced it.
Really?
I wrote out the lyrics. They're hiding just behind those bags of crisps. A double purpose.
I noticed the crisps immediately.
Actually, I've got a bucket over there.
Look at you!
The Bert's crisps
hiding behind you. You're ready to pounce.
Or after the sponsorship. But anyway, so she learned it very quickly and did a lovely job, and it just felt a really happy thing. So I definitely hope to work with Shruti again.
Beautiful. Well said. And this is lovely. I'm gonna give it a spin. Temple Child, folks. Park in where was it? Leicester.
It was Abbey Park in Leicester.
Abbey Park in Leicester. And see if you can identify the crisps as well. I didn't know that. Let's say secrets. The lyrics are behind the crisps. I didn't know that. Shh, don't tell anybody. Temple Child.
New dawn, new morn, what will we find there? Step inside this temple to a world of perfect grace. Growing up surrounded by the smell of ages, cleaning out the candles, turning dusty pages, mystery and oranges around the Buddha's throne. New morn, newborn into the scented air, and then you're gone, vanished without a trace, appearing moments later in the least expected place. Mystery and oranges around the Buddha's throne. Gets bigger and the air a little colder. What a strange and mysterious upbringing. And in the end, although we find that everybody is alone, this temple child gave us a feeling we belong. New dawn,
Yeah, Temple Child. I love that song, and the
Thanks.
listeners do too.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Lisa is looking up what potatoes mean. What potatoes are.
Oh yeah. That was
yeah.
because I just come back from Belfast on the trail of Kieran Carson, and I brought some potato crisps, which you can't get in England.
There you go. You cannot. No, but potatoes, yeah, are fantastic. Beautifully relaxing, says Ruth. Careless. Thank you, Ruth. It is a beautiful song, and what a great performance that was. What?
And I saw Ian and Sarah in the chat as well, which is lovely.
Did I miss someone in the chat?
I think Sarah and Ian popped in. Really nice to see
did they?
them.
I didn't see them I missed them in the chat. But great to have you all here with us. Lovely to see you all. Tell us this. What I know. YouTube has labeled it folk rock. Have they? Okay.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's funny, isn't it?
That's funny.
Yeah, that is funny. Yeah. Richard. I'm a big fan of Richard Thompson. I mean, you might class him as folk rock, maybe.
Yeah, Richard is fantastic. I know. Speaking of other songwriters and stuff, I know you've done you sing a lot of covers as well as your original work. What do you think? What do you think draws you to a cover before you sing it? Are you hit by the lyric first, or do you think you're hit by the melody, or a bit of both, or what is it that inspires you to go, I have to learn this song?
Right, that's a very good question. Excellent. I mean, sometimes it's just I've got a theme for a live stream, and I just kind of go through my brain catalog of songs, and think of songs that are connected loosely with that theme or mention that theme. But then, having said that, the theme often comes from a song. It's like I've heard a song. It's like I really want to do that song, so that can be the theme, and then the others kind of fit in. But it is the case that I've learned a lot of songs, especially for the live streams.
Have you? Okay.
Hundreds of songs now over the 50.
Yeah, you must.
Months.
You must have. And of course, your career as a musician and teacher and songwriter, of course, you have, I suppose if you're teaching songs to students as well, you need to, learn.
Isn't that a brilliant thing?
Right?
Isn't it a brilliant thing? I'm sure, we all feel this, that to have our heads full of songs is just, and our hearts full of songs as well, is just, I just can't imagine. Do you imagine if you didn't have that?
Imagine if you didn't have that, yeah.
I can't imagine.
It is amazing how they build up. I don't know if you're like this, but I can, forget why I walked into a room, but I can remember every line to a certain song, or recall a song I haven't sung for 10 years. Isn't
That's probably why.
Weird and wonderful.
It's probably why you forget why you're in the room, because your head's full of song lyrics.
Blocking out all the other stuff. There's Ian and Sarah that we mentioned.
There we go.
Ian Blackwell, nice to have you with us.
Beautiful.
In Sussex and Devon. And a kiss to Sarah there. Heads full of song. What heads and hearts full of songs. What a phrase. There you go. Michael Songs. Go off and write that song now.
Yeah.
A head and a heart full of song. There's you just gave yourself the jump off point for your new song, Michael. Absolutely. It was great to have you here in the chat as well, Michael. You're doing great work putting in all those links and stuff and moderating this chat
thanks
tonight.
so much. Really
fair play to you.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Everyone is clicking on those links, and I know you put in he even put mine in there. He put, I know you're here already. He says, be sure to dub on to be on the lookout for Raving with Rua and the Songwriter shows. Thank you. Appreciate all the subscribers.
I can't wait for September, and
people are
Monday night.
Looking forward to the Monday night show again. And like I said, these raving ones are much more sporadic, but I try to do it every Monday night, starting early September. Folks, keep a lookout, and thanks again for all the new subscribers and the likes on the video. Much appreciated, folks. I know Amanda says, that's awesome. Also works with dementia. Yeah. Oh, is that a challenge? Is Mike?
Look, look at Michael. I can have that done for my live stream this Wednesday.
Wow. Okay, there you go. We look forward to the new song, folks, on Michael's live stream. He's going to start it now, and he's going to have it written in 3 days.
3 days is luxury for Michael. He can write a song in like 12 minutes.
I suppose he could. But anyway, we'll see. We'll try and tune in for that and get that one going. I want to get you to sing another song, but before I do, I wanted to ask you, are you kind of part of the, when I say, how do I say this properly, the music business itself? Is that something that you ever got into, like recording work, putting out stuff, promoting, all that kind of stuff? Or did you kind of shy away from that aspect of the industry as such, or
Right. Again, good.
Was there a part of your life? Yeah.
Good question again. I mean, the main thing that I've done all these years is be a music teacher. So, you know, teaching music in school was the main thing. I've always gigged, you know, alongside that. I remember a long time ago, I had a kind of, it was almost like a decision point. Sometimes there are those kind of forks in the road, maybe, and I just had an idea. It sounds ridiculous, but I just had an idea that, hey, I think I might just go to New York and see if I can become a session musician, a piano player in New York. And I was hearing all this good stuff, like, oh, they love English accents. You'll just walk straight in there.
You'll walk straight in there. Oh my God, I love your accent. Sorry, the American.
So I was going to do it, but
you were.
Then I didn't. I decided not. I decided I'd stay in London and become a teacher. And you know, but I think the thing is, in the end, although the paths might have gone in a different direction to begin with, I kind of think that they would have both ended up roughly where I am now, whatever I did.
Possibly, yeah. You're like you said, you're still creating. It's like me kind of stepping out of the game 5 years ago. I needed a creative outlet, you know, as well. And YouTube gave me that, you know, recording the artists I do in here, and being able to put a video out a week of a different songwriter. So I think as artists, we need that. We need something to fill the gap, whether it's just, and as you said, maybe it was the exact right decision at the time to bring you where you are now.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows what might have happened to me in the Big Apple? I might have slipped down a crack and never be seen again.
Do you still think about it? Do you still think you still could do it, or is that something that is a pipe dream at this stage, or something you still consider?
I mean, I feel good right now. You know, I'm not teaching full time anymore. I've got a little bit of time, and I feel that songwriting is the time is right for that now. Yeah, and it feels good. It feels good. I feel really happy to have got that little bit of space now. I don't feel it's too late. Maybe you know, things might have been different, but you just never know. And I'm happy to be in that position now.
Yeah, absolutely. Writing. Absolutely. Did you do session work in London, for example, or in other places?
A little bit. I mean, I played for lots of singers for as a rehearsal pianist, or for singing classes, or sometimes for recordings and concerts and things as well. And that was cross genres. So it was like you never knew who was going to come. It might be a jazz song, it might be a classical song, a folk song.
But it's
so that was amazing training. That was really fun.
I was going to say it's an amazing skill that you're able to do that. You know, that you're not locked into one genre either. Phil, you know, that's a big credit to you that you can. Oh, this is a jazz thing. Okay, it's a rock and roll song. It's a folk song. You know how wonderful. You know, and blessed you are to be able to kind of wear different hats. You know, it must have opened up a huge world and possibilities for you.
That's right, but fortunately, I was never indoctrinated into choosing. I was never told, oh, you can only play classical, or you can only play rock. Or
how lucky.
I always did it all. Really.
Kudos to you, sir. Will you give us another song?
Yep.
We'd love to hear one.
So this one, thanks to you, because you know, on top of all what you just said about having a creative outlet and everything, you're super encouraging of us. You're super encouraging of other musicians. It's amazing.
I love what you all do, you know, and come from we're on the same boat. And I love music. Nice. I love songs and songwriters as you do, and it's a pleasure to do this and to hear you guys and to be able to you know, hear your stories behind the songs as well. That gives me a lot of joy.
Yeah,
appreciate that.
Great. All right, so I think this is going to be the last original song that I was going to do for you, and it's back to Leicester, strangely enough. So that stop off there was very fruitful. I got that song down with Shruti in the park, and then I kind of stumbled upon a public sculpture in Leicester that was commemorating one of the industries that had been there in Leicester, in the kind of middle of England. Now it's very much post-industrial city. It has new things that are coming through there, but the manufacturing, like most English cities, has really kind of shrunk down. But amongst the many factories that were there, there was a factory for imperial typewriters. So I didn't know any of this, that was where they were made, but I did know the brand because we had an imperial typewriter here. In fact, we still got it.
Wow.
And a very famous make kind of worldwide.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting. It's like this sculpture is kind of a bit like the kind of keys of the typewriter. There's even a hint of a similarity between a piano and a typewriter. In a way, they're both keyboards in a way. Anyway, I thought, that's interesting, and the kind of seed of a song already had started. But I went and did a little bit of research on imperial typewriters, Leicester, and the thing that came up most of all was not their kind of early history when they were founded in 1908. The company was founded, but something that happened in the 70s, which had a much wider implication, and that was a strike by the workers at Imperial Typewriters, the majority of whom had been brought over from South Asia, from India, and basically former English colonies.
Right.
And they'd been brought over as a cheap workforce, cheap labor, basically.
Yeah.
And were kind of on there was like a double system going. The new workforce that had come from those countries were being paid less. The conditions were worse. They were not given bonuses they were entitled to. They weren't given flexibility of working arrangements. Just incredible, really. And so they went on strike, and it was one of the first times that a kind of immigrant workforce, if you like, had actually stood up and
Wow,
said, this isn't right. So it was a very powerful story that just totally wanted to be told. And I really felt like
I gotta write this.
I have to broadcast this story because I'd never heard of it, and I think it was worth fixing in a song and remembering.
Ruth found one in Scotland last week, she says.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably the most, I think in America, it's probably Remington typewriters that I imagine, Hemingway on and things like that. But I would say in England, imperial typewriters are probably the most common.
Michael's heading off. Thanks very much, Michael, for being here.
Thanks
and for
so much,
all
Michael.
that link work you did for us there. We'll hopefully see you Wednesday after stream. Look after yourself. Have a great day out there. Right, ladies and gentlemen, here is the man himself. I'm going to put him on full screen. Take it away.
So here's the song, Imperial. The chorus is just the name of the machine, Imperial. So please join in at home if you like. Okay, go something like this. Imperial, 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 Imperial. When Hidalgo founded you, it was 1908. Business was expanding, you had the world on a plate. A revolution in the office, saving precious time. You helped us to communicate, a friend in word and rhyme. Imperial machines in every corner of the world, like the empire you were named after, with its flag unfurled. A family's prized possession, a household name. But But what were the stories behind the fame of Imperial? Imperial, from Leicester to the world. Imperial. By the late 1960s, the world had changed with a new big corp owner and economies to be made. You began to turn the tables and look far and wide for a source of cheap labor to keep the profits high. So you scouted through the world where the empire used to ride, living up to your name, exploitation in your mind. When it came to fair conditions and a decent living wage, you were found wanting. The same story once again of Imperial. 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 Double standards and mistreatment, impossible demands to make the output rise and rise again, more than anyone could stand. And when the moment came, they couldn't take it anymore. The union sided with you and abandoned those who called Imperial. 12 weeks the workers stayed out, sacrificed their pay, supported by their community. Love will find a way, with women at the forefront, standing tall and proud. They showed the way to others and said something out loud like Imperial. Hey, Imperial, we're not inferior. You're not superior. Imperial, not so imperial. We're not your slaves anymore. Imperial. And even though in the end you might ask what was achieved, something had changed, something was believed, like knowing who your friends are and how power behaves, self-determination and a parting of the waves. Imperial, no more imperial. Imperial, no more imperial. And now 50 years later, I'm visiting my home, looking through a cupboard, something sits there on its own. Open the container, like remembering a dream, with its keys and bells and ribbons, a magical machine. Imperial, it's an Imperial. Imperial. Imperial, yes, it's an Imperial, from Leicester to the world. Imperial.
Wow, Phil, just wow. It's
Thank you.
not only a fantastic folk song and story song, I think it's a very important song. it reminded me immediately of somebody like Andy Irvine would write.
Totally, actually, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it really is. Or that Christie would sing. One of the most important, significant strikes by migrant workers, says Caroline, the Imperial Typewriter dispute in Leicester saw over 500 workers, largely from South Asia, go on strike in 1974. So that's the story behind it.
Yes,
as you said.
Unfortunately, you know, I guess it was something that had to be gone through by those workers, but the union didn't side with them. The union was on the management side because the union was racist as well.
Of course, I was going to say that, yes.
So that all had to, you know, work itself out. And
do you think it did work itself out?
Yes, it did. It did because there was another similar strike a couple of years later called Grunwald or something. It was a company in London with a similar workforce, and that time the same union did get behind the workers, and things had changed.
Amazing story, and I'm so glad you had it documented in song there, because it'll you know, it's there forever now for people who, you know, so it's accessible now to people who love those kind of history songs. I love those kind of history songs. The company that bought Imperial made Royal typewriters here, says Manda.
Yeah, they were bought out by an American company, actually.
Thank you, Manda. I keep thinking about Laura Nero.
Oh,
I have to tell me who that is.
That's my favorite singer-songwriter. Thank you, Johnny. Yeah, I think that was on the ball. What we were saying earlier, maybe, but.
And Samantha was, thank you, Johnny. Much appreciated. That was over my head, but there you go. Samantha just says, I love Temple Child, wonderful song and performance. Shall watch again and again. Hope you guys can record more together. Me too, Samantha. Thank you.
Me too.
Your kind words.
Samantha. I've known Samantha for a very long time. Samantha, you were in those singing classes that I used to play for,
really?
So many, couple of decades ago.
Amazing. Well, thanks for being here, Samantha. I love historic songs too, Lisa. I really do. As I said, you know, I love it because it makes. I was never very good at history in school. It makes history accessible to people who are not very maybe drawn to it or good at reading about it. And that's what I always loved about historic songs. That's why I loved Andy Irvine songs, and I loved some of the stuff Christy Moore was doing, because it not only, you know, got you into the story, but it made you research it more.
Yeah,
I think that's what that song does too, you know.
That's right. Nice to see Dan here as well.
I know Daniel Joseph. Nice to see it. My type of music. Thank you, Dan.
But also, you can in a song you can tell the story without all the, you know, the history books. They tell a certain way of telling history.
Exactly, and you can put your own spin on it in a way, or sometimes the history is not correct, as we learn the hard way. Sometimes, you know, the history is written, but not always accurately, shall we say? And it's sometimes years or centuries later when the truth comes out about the history. Listen, I'm not going to keep you much longer. Would you do us a favor and give us another little excerpt from that from last night's fun?
Oh, okay. I will do. Okay. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah,
I love the last one. Yeah,
this is to take us back to this session in Ennis. Okay, this is a funny little section. Page 12. So imagine you're in the session. This is just a bit of the crack, you would say, the banter between some of the players.
Yeah.
Okay, a pub session. Someone has just played a bar of a tune. What do you call that? I don't know. No, I don't know either. I'll tell you what. We'll play that one anyway. And then we'll play the other one after it. You know, the one we used to play before it. Right. They launch into the tune. Then the one after it. Or maybe it's the other way around.
That nail on the head stuff there. That's it. What's that called? I don't know. They'll say, well, it goes like this. Doodle them, and they'll go, oh yeah, I have it now. And then someone else will play it, and then suddenly 15 musicians are playing the tune that nobody knows the name of.
Yeah, but they don't know what to do.
I love that. That's very good, and it's a fantastic book. And thanks for sharing it with us again. I enjoyed it when you did it on the on the live stream.
Yeah, that was a nice
It
one.
was a really nice one. I'm reading some comments here. That's delightful, says Lisa. Ruth
Cat.
was given.
Hi, Cat.
I like Cat Cox. May 2025 be the start of something. She's saying. She might have missed some of her text, but nice to see you, Cat.
The start of something good.
At the start of something good, that's probably what you're going to say.
Yeah.
But it's great to have you here, and it's great to have you here, Phil Hogg. Lovely. Where does the name Hogg come from? Is that an unusual name in England, or not really? Or
yeah, quite unusual. Not so common. Not unheard of, but quite unusual. It's Scottish. Kind of lowlands Scotland. There's a poet, James Hogg, who I think is some very, very, very distant relation.
Well, there you go. It's a great name, and you're a great songwriter and musician.
No,
and
really.
I don't care what to say about you. You're a lovely man.
Oh.
And it's great and lovely to have you here tonight. Be able to shoot the
Great
breeze a little bit with you, and we could go on for another hour and a half. I'm sure we could.
Another day and a half, I think.
We
probably.
could easily. And lovely to be able to catch up with you here. And hopefully, as soon as possible, as soon as you're passing through Belgium, we'll get you in here for a song. Stick you up on the channel. That'll be amazing if we can make that happen.
Sounds lovely.
And then we have a Dartmoor hike to do as well on the cards down the road as well. We've all that.
Definitely. Yeah.
Phil, thank you so very, very much. And thank you. And just a couple of more comments there before we go. You have to run to me too, Lisa. We're wrapping it up here. But I did enjoy this. Thank you so much. Love you. So many friends. Have a great rest of the day and evening. Thank you, Lisa, for being here. And thank you all.
We mentioned Lisa's got a show coming up it's a monthly show.
A monthly show. I think
Wednesday.
Yes, her link is in the chat, I believe. But Lisa, if you want to put in the link there before you go, please throw it into the live chat if you can.
Rabbit Jack's just come up.
Oh, hello. Right at the end, Rabbit Jack. There he is. Look, I'll put him on screen here, making a show of me. my YouTube channel member, and he's an hour and a half late. But it's okay. It's good to have you here.
Oh, better late than never.
Better late than never. Yay, Phil in the Real Room. Thank you all very much for being here, folks. It really is lovely to have live chatters at these things. Thanks, Dahi and Phil, says Chris. I'm very impressed. No better way to spend a Sunday night. Thank you, Chris.
Thanks,
over
Chris.
in Germany. Much appreciated. Goodbye, friend. See you soon, says Johnny. Thank you all. Thank you, Johnny. Great show. Thank you both. Thank you, Ruth. I think I got through everything. Everybody. Rebbe Jack is there. Wonderful chat and music. Thanks, Dahi and Phil from Caroline. Yeah, can't wait until you get out that guitar too, says Manda. Yeah, I've made a promise. If I get 3,000 subscribers, Manda, on the channel, I'm going to do a live stream from the room. I did promise my viewers that. So who knows?
Excellent.
Got a few months left, guys. Yeah, I need bribing. Okay. So 3,000 subscribers is the
okay.
is
We'll
the goal.
fix it.
Is the goal. Thanks, Kat. Thanks for being here. And once again, Phil, much appreciated. If you want to have a quick chat backstage after I sign off, feel free if you have the time. I don't want to keep you from the pub. We're going to have a beer, I hope. Something like Swifty. Absolutely. Phil Hogg, pleasure talking to you. Keep up the great work.
Too. Lots of love to everyone.
Your songs, and keep up the great songwriting. Keep up the great work. And looking forward to your stream on the 25th at 8 o'clock European time, folks. Got to check that out. Quick mention of the gigs again before we go, Phil. Thursday the 8th in Devon. That's in the church at 6:30, right? The Bugwell Church. Yes. Saturday 10 of August, you have Singing in Nature. That's an event up in Dartmoor in the morning.
Yep.
With Louis Bingham and friends, right?
Yep.
Monday 12, you said you were playing the Folk Club, with the excellent Matty Muller and Jonathan Spottiswoode. Is that correct?
That's right. The Bridge
Folk Club in Newcastle upon Tyne, 8 o'clock, only £8 in. That's for free, lads. Go and support all of those gigs if you can. Phil, I'll see you in the backstage.
All right, lovely.
We'll have a virtual drink and look after yourself and have a great Sunday.
Thanks very much. Bye, everybody. Lots of love, everyone. Bye-bye.
Folks, that was the brilliant Phil Hogg chatting to us, singing his songs for us tonight. Episode 103 of Raving with Rua, my little sporadic interview series here on the channel. Please go and check out all the playlists. I record singer-songwriters in the other room over there and put them up on the channel here. And I do a little Monday night radio show from September on. You can check that out on Monday nights at 8 o'clock. Thank you for all the new subscribers, by the way. I got a couple tonight. Much appreciated. Thanks for all the thumbs up on the video. That's also very much appreciated. There is a PayPal link if you want to donate. You can become a channel member, all that good stuff. And like I said, don't forget the old subscribers. We're heading for 3,000 subs on the channel. I'm delighted with that. Appreciate each and every one of you. Appreciate all the live chatters as well tonight. It was great having you here. Great having Phil Hogg here, a fantastic musician and songwriter. As you all well know, a lot of his friends and family in the chat tonight. Look after yourselves, folks. I will see you on the next one. Follow me at the RWR Room on Facebook and Instagram. There you'll be kept up to speed with what's going on. The singer-songwriter stream festival here at the RWR Room from the 24th of August till the 31st. 8 days, 8 singer-songwriters. All the links will be below to Phil as well. Check out his channel. Please give him a subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Look after yourselves and see you.